In this video, we're going to talk about the importance of a cool down after intense exercise. The reason you don't want to stop after you do fairly intense exercise. We're also going to talk about muscle pumps and how they work to assist getting blood back to the heart. And we're also going to talk about the overall path of blood flow. This is going to be pretty general. I'm not going to hit all areas, but it'll give you a rough idea of how the heart works. Let me change colors here. I'm going to draw out the heart, and again, my artwork is not the best, so you'll have to bear with me. So let's draw out the heart here real quick, and so that way you'll understand how the heart works and how it functions. Draw out the aorta, which is the largest artery in the body, and it kind of pumps blood out to the rest of the body. And here is the right atrium, and over here we have the right ventricle. Over here we have left atrium, and over here we have the left ventricle. So let's talk about path of blood flow through the body real quick. So we have blood coming back, entering the right atrium. It drops down here to the right ventricle. The right ventricle contracts and then pumps that out to the lungs. So let me draw a pair of lungs right here. So we have some lungs. So that blood goes in here, it gets oxygenated, and that travels out back from the lungs to the left atrium down to the left ventricle, and then the left ventricle contracts and it pumps the rest of the blood out to the tissues and the rest of the body to oxygenate those tissues. Now let's talk about what happens out here in the rest of the body. So we have capillaries that innervate the tissue to help get that blood supply all throughout the tissue. So you have your capillaries innervating it, and once that oxygen is used up in that blood, those same capillaries start to merge, come back together with that deoxygenated blood, form back into veins. Let's say this is all happening in the legs here. So this is the legs, getting some oxygen to the muscles in the legs. So now we need to get this blood supply, this deoxygenated blood, back to the heart. And so it enters these veins that helps return the blood back to the heart. And there's a series of one-way valves in these veins, so the blood can travel through them, but it can't fall back down. So as it moves up, on the outside of these veins we have what's called a muscle pump, which are essentially muscles that as you walk around, let's say it's the muscles in the lower extremities, so as we continue to walk around, these muscles contract, and as they contract, so they're going to contract in here, they're going to have some inward pressure here, they're going to squeeze these veins and force that blood back up, and again that blood cannot travel back down because of the one-way valves. So that as you continue to walk around, that helps pump the blood back to the right atrium so the heart doesn't have to do all the work. What can happen is, if you're not accustomed to intense exercise, is the heart pumps all this blood. Oops, let me undo that real quick and go to red. So the left ventricle helps pump all this blood out to the extremities, and then it gets out there. You no longer walk around enough, you just completely stop walking, and all that blood will pull out here in the lower extremities, so it has a tough time returning to the heart. So if not enough blood gets back to the heart, well, that means not enough blood is getting to the brain, and you can pass out from it. So to assist the heart, you want to continue to walk around after intense exercise, so that these muscle pumps will squeeze on those veins and help return blood, deoxygenated blood, back to the heart. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.